Hi, good evening, everybody. I have here with me the CEO of Power from Within Energy, Clean Energy Society. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things about his project and what him and his team are vigorously trying to put across our communities. So the first question goes to, how affordable are the homes?
Well, the homes are very affordable. When you look at the labor costs of traditional homes and what we're doing, you see that the materials are usually around the same cost. But where we usually beat the cost is we save on time. Where it usually takes a traditional home a year and a half, it only takes us anywhere from 4 months to 6 months. So we'll save a lot on labor costs.
So is it like a traditional housing market? How do people get approved and apply for the housing? Does it go through Ontario work system? So that, because as you advertise in your website, it's for the marginalized groups or low-income families and indigenous communities, which, as you know, most of them can get approved in the regular banking system. So how does the system work? How can one be approved to get these kind of homes?
That's a good question. Lately, we've been working with different brokers and different real estate people and also bankers that we're working on a collaborative relationship where we can turn around for working class families and those who have steady jobs, that they'll be able to afford these homes. So we're working on a new program, is some kind of a program where working class families, that as long as they have a stable job, that we'll turn around and we'll work it out that they'll work out some kind of payment structure or something to do with them that will fit. It's kind of going to work similar to the co-op system that they have there, how it's geared to their income. So it'll probably be geared to the same kind of way. We're still working out the details, but we're definitely going to make sure that working class families from the low to the mid class families are going to be able to afford these homes. That's our main target.
Yeah, that's really, because why I'm asking this is one of the major questions that people are asking me. To see exactly, since it's tagged as being affordable, most of the guys that can afford the real market, they are trying to figure out how it works so that they can be able to be qualified to get these funds. That's a very good thing that we'll be looking forward to. So the next question is, can the communities have options of having only plants and vegetables in their aquaponic system instead of having fish? Because as you know, not everyone likes fish. And the system is kind of designed to like cycle out the fish, nutrients goes back to the plant. So if there's no fish, so how can just the plant and vegetable be nutritious enough when, to compare to when it has the fish that has a circular system? So how can you explain this to us?
Okay, well, for one, even though you're using fish in an aquaponic system, if you utilize the fish or not, you don't get a fishy taste within your vegetation. You don't get the smell, you don't get the taste, you don't get the interference. So it is very separate. So the one thing that you can do that we do suggest is if you're not going to eat the fish, then we say to sell it and utilize it as a market so that way you make it a profit for yourself. Why just use it for a waste? And you get 40% higher nutrition by utilizing the fish within this new ecosystem. But if you do want to go with a separate agricultural system and go with hydroponics or irrigation, then we will team up with another company and we'll make sure that we do have those vegetation applied for you. So we are here to work with the communities and elected leaders. So it's not the way that we want it, it's the way that you want it. And we're here to just fit your needs and your concerns.
Oh, so the customers can have the option of having hydroponics or a different kind of maybe vertical farming in the same greenhouse instead of the aquaponics combination of fish and plants.
Yes, that's correct. If that's what they wanted to do, then we would team up with another organization and we'll make sure that we turn around and have that in there. We're setting up the agricultural room so that way any kind of agriculture can be fitted inside there. So whether they want to go with aquaponics, irrigation, or regular vertical farming, we're just making sure that it is suitable to fit any kind of need.
Oh, that's interesting. So the next question is, what is the maintenance cost of the solar system? Because actually, what scales regular homeowners from solar system? One is very expensive. That's the concept. I don't really know the cost. Then the maintenance of the solar systems. And also, since Canada, we don't really have enough sunlight as, say, the African continent. How can it be off-grid without having full sunlight all year round. So how do we get around having a full off-grid system without having enough sunlight? So how do you tackle this concern?
Well, the first thing is that we're marketing and we're making sure that we have a hybrid system because we are here in Canada. So yes, we do realize we don't get enough sun. So what we are doing is we're using it with a 3-day battery bank and with a backup generator system. Now we are also going to be thinking of also maybe adding in a wind turbine depending on what kind of community that we are building. So if it's a single home, then we're going with the 3-day battery backup system with the generator. If it's in a community, we can also go with other options of making a hybrid, so you're not just depending on just solar PV. You also have thermal energy if you're close enough to the water. So there's many different energy sources that we can utilize, not just solar, to make it a hybrid system to get you through the winter months.
How affordable are the solar system? Because as I said, it is known to be expensive. So how can low-income family that can't even afford to pay the hydro bills be able to afford the expensive solar panels and maintenance? So how can they get around with this concern?
Well, the one thing that we're going to be doing is the solar panels come with the cost of the house. So everything comes included. So not only you get the solar panels, you also get the solar kitchen as well. So our prices is everything included. It's not separate prices, then we add our prices on top of that. With the pricing, if anybody that knows solar, on the solar market today, it's evaluated at basically $3 a watt. It could be a little bit lower as we go on within the next year or two, but as it stands right now, it's about $3 a watt. That's a good price out, and that's with installation and everything like that. Separate from the battery bank system, but that's how you can roughly hear what the cost of your solar energy is. But with your solar energy, you also have no hydro bill, so the maintenance with the energy, and we'll also have to get in our maintenance package where we're creating jobs for university students and also for other local people, where we'll have a maintenance package where that way we can go to local neighborhoods and for our customers, and that way we'll clean off if there's snow on the panels, we'll have a package that we can turn around and clean off the snow for them. If there's any kind of other maintenance or things that need to be repaired or replaced, we'll make sure that we have a service that way we can take care of it.
Oh, that's interesting. And I was reading into one of the energy journal a couple of days ago. They have some systems that have a monitoring companies that monitor your system. If it's faulty, if you know, they can always alert you or come to you and get it fixed. Does this house come with kind of a remote monitoring system involved in the housing?
Yes.
Or do you have the option to sign up for a company that will monitor your system? Because most of the families, they are not really technical enough to know if all the systems are going well. And these kind of devices, they need regular maintenance. So do we have any option of monitoring system to make sure that all the systems are working well?
Well, there's one company that we're dealing with that deals with the home. They don't, but there's another company that we are in the talks with that they do have a monitoring system. So if anything does go wrong with the solar, and we also have with one of the companies with the aquaponics as well, with the 20-foot aquaponics, just to let you know as well, just to backpedal a little bit, that the aquaponics and the solar system can both come with monitoring systems.
Oh, so you can have the option to have that monitoring system in your home.
Yes, well, the aquaponics system, if they choose to use the aquaponics system, it comes with a monitoring system already built in.
Oh.
And with the solar company, if we're using the larger communities and the larger company that we are in the talks with, they also have a monitoring system that's already embedded into their package as well.
So does it work only in Ontario or all over Canada or globally? How if someone, let's maybe say in BC, wants this home and pays for it. So if he needs this monitoring system, is he going to run into problems to get the technicians on time to his location because it's a different province? So how do you guys deal with this kind of concern?
Well, the companies that I am dealing with, they've been in their business for 20 years plus. So they're basically spread out through Canada and throughout North America. So I don't think that they're going to have a problem setting up a technical team to service anything. And they're also warranted through their services. Oh, nice.
Okay, the next question is the solar system off-grid or on-grid? Or do you have the option to have both? To have the utility system grid connected to yours, just so you can combine and have like a metering system. So do we have that option to have the metering system or off-grid or on-grid. So how does it work?
Well, the customer always has an option. So if they want to tie into the grid, they want to sell, and they want to get into the grid tie package, it takes a lot longer, and we have to go through a lot more applications, but it can be done. If they want the freedom and the money saving, then we do tell them to go and have the full self-sustainable lifestyle that we are presenting to them. In order for them
nice.
to save, in order for them to save the money that we are saying that they will save.
Nice, interesting. So the next question is, has the whole project, like the structural project, the design, the materials, everything, has it been approved by the regulatory bodies in Canada?
The home structure?
Yes.
The engineering? Well,
yeah, the engineering, the structure, and the materials. Are they been? Is it all approved and been proven to be sustainable, and safeties and everything is like the fire hazard and everything has been approved?
Oh, definitely. Like the one company that we're working with, there's definitely energy safe. Everything is to regulations. Like I said, they've been in business they've been building these modular homes for over 12 years, 10 years. The Andrew that I've been talking with himself, he's been involved with it. Everything is up to building code. The codes just happened, and actually the bylaw just happened in 2021. That they just became new regulations, that they passed the standards of regulations of homes with modular. I don't know that the guideline or the law sector that is regulated with it, but I do know that for sure that it has bypassed the laws, according to what Andrew told me and stuff like that it was just submitted into the federal government.
Great. Okay, the last question, what kind of materials? Does it have like a soundproof? Because sometimes some people are showing concerns of the pump in the greenhouse section being close to the bedroom. So with the noise, do you guys have a kind of a soundproof barriers to keep away the noise and sometimes the smell of the fish, if any, to the living area? So is there any solution to this concern?
Yes, that's a great question, because just like any homeowner, the one thing we do is we want to build peace of mind homes. That way we go to sleep at night. That's the one thing we want to do, is security. So the one thing that we do know is the insulation that's used is a spray-on installation that goes on about 3 to 5 inches. So that guarantees you that there's no space, no air, no anything that's going to be getting in between the walls, the insulation between the outside and the inside of the drywall. The drywalls and materials that we're using inside are fire retardant. So that we bring the safety and also waterproof, so mold resistant. So we're making sure that we bring the safety of the home as well. That we're making sure that there's less mold resistance, less ways of mold being contracted into the home. So we really took the home in consideration. We're also going to be having heated floors. The windows are hurricane proof. So we really took into consideration on how can we make these homes last, not just 100 years, but how can we make them last more than 100 years?
Wow, that's interesting. So the materials that are waterproof, especially from the area where you have the greenhouse area.
Yes, everything's going to be mold resistant, waterproof to as much as we can, as much as possible, as well as fire retardant. So we want to make sure that where there's places that could possibly have mold, we're going to make sure that that's heavily protected, like around the windows, in the agricultural room, into the storage room where the dry batteries and stuff would be, in the bathrooms. And wherever it's going to be in the kitchen, living room, back in the bedroom, we're going to have fire retardant drywall, so could make sure that if there's ever a fire or anything like that, we want to minimize the risk of anybody getting hurt as much as we can. And we build homes out of safety and out of security. We want to make sure that people can sleep at night. Not only are we just giving you homes that are affordable, but we're giving you good quality homes that are affordable.
Man, thank you very much, Mr. Evans. This is very highly informative for our customers to know exactly how sustainable and durable all these homes are. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.